Throughout the Harry Potter series, we see many talented witches and wizards, some more powerful than others, some good and others on the dark side. We've compiled a list of the 10 most powerful witches and wizards in the wizarding world, all of whom are more powerful than our hero, Harry Potter. Number 10. Remus Lupin. A skilled wizard that was by far the best defense against the dark arts teacher in Harry's time at Hogwarts. Along with Dumbledore, he was the only other member of the Order to remain uninjured in the battle at the Ministry. Kingsley wanted only Lupin by his side when he took on multiple Death Eaters by himself. While not as naturally gifted as James and Sirius, he was still at their skill level through hard work and study. Number 9. Kingsley Shacklebolt. A member of the Order and a spy at the Ministry as well, he was respected by everyone because of his wit, knowledge, and magic. He was a powerful wizard who was one of the best Aurors in the Ministry. He later became the Minister for Magic and even handled Voldemort along with Slughorn and McGonagall. Now you definitely have to be a powerful wizard to take on Voldemort and live to tell the tale. Number 8. Sirius Black. A member of the Order who could turn into an animagus at the age of 15, was equal to or better than Snape in his prime. He managed to break out of Azkaban and evade capture with the entire wizard and muggle forces looking for him. He also took on Bellatrix in an equal footing until his overconfidence became his undoing. Number 7. Bellatrix Lestrange. One of the most evil and sadistic pureblood witches who became a Death Eater. She was obsessed with pureblood status and was fanatically loyal to Lord Voldemort. She was taught dark arts by Voldemort himself. Her specialty was dueling and her go-to spell was the Cruciatus Curse. Many skilled witches and wizards that were a part of the Order found her very difficult to defeat, or were even defeated by her. Her craziness and madness made her extremely energetic, alert and very deadly. She could stun anyone with a large arsenal of hexes and jinxes. She was quick, agile, and her thirst to kill made her very lethal indeed. Number 6. Minerva McGann. The badass queen herself. She was the headmistress of Hogwarts. She is brave, powerful, and cunning. She even fought Voldemort along with Professor Slughorn and Kingsley, one of the few on the list who comes out of the Harry Potter series alive, one of the greatest students ever to attend Hogwarts. McGonagall was not only extremely intelligent but was very skilled and powerful. She was considered to be very skilled at both dueling and transfiguration. After all, it couldn't just be anyone who could take over the post of Transfiguration Professor from Dumbledore. Madame Pomfrey once said that 4 Aurors wouldn't stand a chance against Minerva. She was second in command after Dumbledore and no one was ever stupid enough to attack her. She survived every battle without any injury. She has loads of experience and she knows very much about all kinds of magic and spells, including dark magic. Number 5. Severus Snape. The Half-Blood Prince showed great intelligence and promise from a young age. After all, what wizard comes up with their own deadly spells while still in school? Clearly he was advanced beyond his years. Our potion master was not only very accomplished in potions but even better in dark arts. He even had more knowledge than Dumbledore, which we can see when he identifies the curse in Dumbledore's hand. If not for Lily, for whom he left his involvement in the dark arts, he could have almost reached the level of Voldemort. He was the only wizard who can fly after Voldemort. As Sirius said, he knew more spells before coming to Hogwarts than half of the 7th year students. He was one of the best Occlumens in the world, who even stopped Voldemort from reading his mind. He was a very brave, talented, and powerful wizard. Number 4. MadEye Moody. The best thing in Moody's favour is his reputation. Think about it, this is the guy who has an eye that can see through invisibility cloaks. He's taken down so many Death Eaters and Dark Wizards that he's constantly being reported as being attacked. And what's his motto? Constant vigilance. So while he may not be more powerful than Dumbledore or Voldemort, he still deserves a place on this list for being one of the most powerful in the wizarding community. He even went on to become the leader of the Order of the Phoenix. Number 3. Voldemort. He who must not be named was one of the most evil wizards of all time, but he was also one of the most powerful. Just think about it. You don't get to take over the wizarding world twice without being somewhat powerful. The heir of Salazar Slytherin was born out of love potions. Hence he could never feel love and was committed to his goals and missions. He went so deep in the dark arts, killed so many people, and made Horcruxes, which was a feat most wizards could never achieve. He was the first person to ever make more than one Horcrux, and he survived his own deflected killing curse. He knew all forms of dark magic and invented a few of his own. He trained Bellatrix Lestrange and Rodolphus Lestrange when at school, and they became the most feared Death Eaters. In the end, he was defeated by a teenage Harry Potter, but he had the advantage of being the Master of Death. So it doesn't really diminish how powerful Voldemort truly was. He was feared for a reason. Number 2. Gellert Grindelwald. Grindelwald was considered the most dangerous dark wizard until his downfall and uprising of Lord Voldemort. He was taught at Durmstrang School, from where he was expelled because of his dark experiments, posing danger to other students. He stole the Elder Wand from Gregorovitch and set on his mission of wizard dominance over Muggles. He set up his base at Nurmengard in North Europe. During that period, he and his followers committed numerous murders and other crimes. This continued until he was confronted and defeated by Dumbledore in a legendary duel in 1945. Now that duel, it lasted 17 hours. His dueling abilities were far above his peers. He once fought both Albus and Aberforth Dumbledore while keeping both of them at bay. He defeated many great wizards of the time with the help of his dueling abilities. Dumbledore once said that Grindelwald could make himself invisible without using an invisibility cloak. For this, he needed to produce an immensely powerful disillusionment charm. Even Voldemort could not penetrate his mind to extract information on the Elder Wand, when he was so old and weak, proving him to be an extremely accomplished Occlumens. Number 1. Albus Dumbledore. And to the surprise of no one, the headmaster of Hogwarts rounds out the most powerful characters in the wizarding world at number 1. You knew he was going to be on here, and you probably saw this top ranking a mile away, but this one is just unavoidable. The most powerful wizard of all time, Dumbledore was the one and only wizard who Voldemort feared. He defeated the greatest dark wizard Grindelwald, who had the Elder Wand at the time, and the duel lasted a massive 17 hours, with Dumbledore becoming the victor. Dumbledore was such a powerful and skilled wizard that he was offered the post of Minister of Magic 3 times. But ultimately refused because he knew he could be power hungry and didn't want to become corrupt. The only way that Dumbledore was ever defeated was by his own self-sacrificing hand. He bested his friend, the enormously powered Grindelwald, and he held his own against Voldemort during their every encounter. Among all the wizarding world, we can't think of anyone who's been shown to be more powerful. So, who do you think is the most powerful wizard in the Harry Potter universe? Let us know in the comments below.